That's an explanation of the else. She'll have to watch it because it wasn't. FEMA. And the DES money that came back to the county.
So we would be moving at this.
I just didn't get it all to print out on one page.
Well, and then still you have to walk them through it because unless you're a bookkeeper, you don't know it.
Yeah, I had to have explanation on it.
Do you have any agendas?
Yep, they were sitting on the
okay.
table out there.
Somebody need one?
Do you want me to grab you one? No, that's okay.
Here.
Can you get here and all at the same time?
Thank you.
I don't have one like that. Oh, okay. Okay. Because I was, mine's not printed that way. So have you been busy?
We've been busy. It's better than the alternative, right?
Better believe it. How many grants are going into that HB 355?
Well, every community, because I mean, each community has their own pot of money or allocated amount. So you have to put in an application for your house.
I'm gonna have
It's not,
John
you're not
in the
competing with
board.
me and the community.
Okay.
I don't know how you feel, but I'm really tired of everybody bringing their stuff to the museum.
And then you get your.
And we
Okay.
have,
So you're not
you know,
competing with Bridger.
if we get a weed eater,
No.
Tammy has
Well, we were just
volunteered
asking because we
along
had, me and Nate had met on
We
the-
need a
on the
ladder, a
parks
decent
type deal
ladder
and stuff
to
like
it,
that, but a
and
lot of
some
that
tools.
work we do ourselves. So it's like, would we really get anything back because we have to have it all contracted out? I read through that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't, I don't think you can use any in-kind match.
Yeah, you can't, and so it didn't even, you understand what I'm saying from that perspective, it didn't make,
Most of our clients are,
on it, even though that we can't submit it.
you know, it's a great opportunity for
yeah.
other projects that
Still
don't
read through it, it's like.
have
Funding.
funding sources. So I
Oh,
pretty
and
much
so
told,
what did she say?
I don't wanna see a water or sewer project during this period, because I can get you money for that.
Yeah, yeah.
So a lot of them are doing ADA improvements, bathrooms, restrooms,
Gotcha.
parks. A lot of them are combining it with, that ARSA, Senate Bill 536, the streets money, to make it a
Do
bigger
that.
streets
Oh, yeah,
project.
yeah,
Because they're
that makes
programming it for
sense.
streets. And it was low hanging fruit, but hey, we already have the match.
Yeah, it's so
We got this other money in the bank this fall, and we're doing the streets project, we wanna make it bigger.
Let's call it a meeting to order and start the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First line item is Carbon County Sheriff, and unless he's in the hallway, I don't believe we have it.
No?
It's not.
Alrighty, so next one would be correspondence. On the correspondence, some of this doesn't really pertain to actual city business, it's more of speaking towards the Fromberg Improvement Committee, which is not appointed by the town council, they're their own affiliation. And looking for that, so on that, I feel speaking towards something that pertains to town business is a little more savvy. And yeah, it's just upset that people are not in the know on everything on that, and that's their own entity, so. And once again, they weren't a committee appointed by the town council. It wasn't that was put in front of a vote, anything like that, so that would be the first one. And once again, the second letter is kind of all pertaining to that same group again. And there's really nothing that speaks to town business, and it's accusations that a member on the council, but once again, she's not affiliated with council at the time and all that, so. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, that's as much of the response we got there. And on to the minutes from the 1st of February.
Okay, I move to amend the minutes for the 1st of February, as that was the 7:15 meeting, not the 7 PM meeting.
Is that the only amendment to it?
That's the only amendment to it.
Okay, so. All in favor to approve the?
We gotta have a second,
I'll
sorry.
second it.
Alright, so we have a motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Alright, so if that was a 7:15, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I move to amend the the February 1st meeting to 7 PM. And also amend Kristen Bowen's chairwoman for the Fromberg School District objected to Mr. Nottingham's requesting FEMA funds be donated back from the school to the town.
Alright, we have a second for the amendment.
I'll second
Motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
it. Aye.
Yeah, right.
Alright, now February 6th special meeting, approve the minutes.
I move to approve the special meeting February 6th.
I'll second it.
Have a motion and a second to accept as presented. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And now approve the minutes for February 12th, regular meeting.
I move to amend those minutes. It was Mike Bentling that requested express concerns over the curtains.
Alright, so we have a motion and a second.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. All in favor of approving the February 12th regular meeting minutes with the amendment?
Over the curtains, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Alright, now to approve the claims from February of 2024.
I'd like to address something before I approve this,
Mhm.
or make a motion. I looked through these claims, not just here. I mean, here looks great. But when you go to the back page where all the accounting is, 16 of those are asterisked as to over expenditures. And I have some real qualms about approving bills when we are having asterisks. I think we have to find something before the next meeting and address it, because if they're not coming to you, Harley, and saying, do we have money to do this? I have got some, I'm just not comfortable. Every one of us, I don't know if we all know this, every one of us sitting at this table is on the hook because we do not have a budget. And if something comes up, it's coming out of our pockets. So I really don't want any spending unless you're approving it out of that office.
And I'm not the one to approve it, the mayor is, unfortunately. Like, I can't tell him how to do his job. He's supposed to
Okay,
be my
then
boss.
we can find
But
out how to
that's-
resolve this, okay?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay.
But I have made it very clear to them multiple times.
And the other question I have is we have what do we have down here? We have this gravel deal that came in out of Montana limestone. It's like, I don't have it right in
One
front
for
of me.
1,800.
Yeah, for 1,800 for Warren Way or whatever. Yeah,
Transport.
1871. That wasn't even discussed at a meeting prior, was it?
No, it was not.
And prioritized.
Mhm.
Okay, that's fine. I can call Mr. Butler and figure out how to proceed with this. Okay, at this point, I'll motion.
Hey, just curiosity, Harley, what are the $378 charges on the phone for the town hall?
3 charges for what?
Oh, those
Under
are different.
CenturyLink.
I have no idea. That is just the bill that they send me, and we have to split it out over evenly between 3.
Three
different
entities, it'll go to
categories, yeah.
garbage, it will go to
Water
sewer
and sewer.
and water.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
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 Yeah.
that's what I was questioning.
okay, let's rebut.
Okay,
I move to accept the claims.
Okay, we got a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and second to approve the claims from February 2024, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion passes. All right, next on the agenda is approve the payroll summary of February 2024.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry, I did that wrong, I apologize. She has to have this for her minutes. I move to approve the claims, check number 23003 to 23027. And I'm believing that one is an electronic check for 99913.
Yes.
Okay, I move to approve it that way. Sorry, I apologize, she has to have it for a minute,
No,
so.
you're Still under the payroll summary.
What was the overtime for? For you and Mark?
Mine was all the special meetings. That was all mine was. And then for Mark, I can't tell you. I don't know. I know that he gets overtime for checking, water on the weekends, but that's all I know. His wife had a procedure today, so that's why he's not here.
Who does your guys' payroll, can I ask?
I do.
You do? And does Tim, the mayor, have to sign off on it too?
Mhm.
Okay.
Mine was all last month.
You don't have this month?
Yeah, no, yes, I do. Which one?
It's just one hash.
Is it that?
Yeah.
I should have brought you some of that.
Yeah. Kirsten didn't work with you at all last month?
Yes, she did.
She's in a different deal, she's in the claims.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
And that's what some of my overtime hours were too. I think I only had 3 hours of overtime for just working with Kirsten.
already expressed my concern on the overtime to you.
Yeah, and I've talked to Mark on it as well, so.
Okay, yeah. I move to approve the payroll.
Motion approved, is there a second?
I'll second.
Everybody move it?
Motion and a second to approve the payroll summary of February 2024. All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is public comment.
A little vague there on our deal. It's a little vague. Is this public comment on items on the agenda? Is it public comment on items that are, because it is very vague.
I was told that just put public, like, by Denison, to put public comment there, and it's just for everything.
It has to be placed on the agenda twice.
Okay.
I know that.
Tell me
It has to be placed for, either we're gonna let them comment on everything that comes up as it comes up, which should be, because that, when you do this, they can't understand this, half of them, that have been here. So this should be, if we're gonna do this, it should be public comment for those items that aren't on the agenda, and then let them comment on these, because if you don't have a description, they don't know what they're commenting on ahead of time. But it's up to you guys, whatever you wanna do.
Yeah, we can do that just to get through this one. If, on new business, if we can keep the comments concise and to the point of the line item, we can speak to that. This can be for items not on the agenda. Does the council feel right with that?
Yeah,
Wait till we get to that.
so this is public comment for those items that aren't on the agenda that pertain to town business.
Hi, my name's Carl Hergenreiter. I guess the first thing is I'm gonna public comment on the agenda. Number one, several of the items that we are discussing tonight under new business have been brought up at previous meetings, which should be old agenda items, not new agenda items. Number two, an engagement of public comment. So state law 2-3-111 MCA, so Montana Code annotated, requires that every agency, including local government, establish procedures that afford citizens reasonable opportunity to participate in the agency's discussion-making process by submitting data, views, or arguments in written or oral presentations prior to making a final decision that is significant to the public's interest. There are several agenda items that are significant to the public's interest. The agenda tonight, the description provides no information for the public. It's a bullet point on an outline prior to a first draft paragraph. We can't make informed decisions during public comment if you're gonna have public comment prior to everything else. If you read it like a bullet point, there's no information for us to actually make a valid point to. The other one is, our mayor is gone tonight, we have an acting mayor. Title VII of Local Government, Chapter 4, Officers and Employees, Part 41 of Municipal Code. This is Montana Annotated Code 7-4-4111. Determination of a vacancy in municipal office. An office becomes vacant on any of the following events prior to the expiration of the term of the incumbent. You can look up the rest, but specifically, number 5, the incumbent's absence from the city or the town continuously for 10 days without the consent of the council is a determination of vacancy. The other one is number 6. The incumbent's open neglect or refusal to discharge duties. You have a way.
Any more public comment or not on the agenda?
My name's Erwin Sankey, and the main question that I'd like to ask is just kind of loving observation in the past month around this town. What exactly are our city employees doing to earn their wages? I've tried to come down here several times to wanted to get a burn permit renewed, Wanted to pay a water bill a couple times, the office is locked up, nobody's been here. You know, I'd like to know what's going on and who's supervising these city employees. They're not getting much supervision. Thank you.
Anyone else? Alright, so first item on new business, the burn pile, where the burn pile will be and how to run it. For the council. I personally feel this is gonna be something that's probably not settled tonight by no means, but
Can we address part of this?
yeah, we're gonna.
Okay. I drove down prior to the burn pile being closed down, and I seen the pile of trash that is sitting in Harley or Sean's pasture. And, then there's the pile of trash at the sewer lagoon. And, my question is, you should, or my theory is, you should always do right by your neighbors. And, you know, it's like, I heard Harley say, well, we'll just burn it, but I have an issue with that because you've already been in that situation where you're burning foam and you're burning stuff like that. Could we not have Marcus, and when he has his helper, pick up that trash, not when it's wet and driving through their pasture, but when it dries out, pick up that trash, pick up the other amount of trash, and haul it to the landfill in Billings.
They got it
Oh, they have a dumpster?
Down by
down by the
the water.
water.
Okay, well, then that's another issue, because you did McKenzie, right, on that, or, we have a contract with the public services. We're in violation of that contract when we call in McKenzie. And if you think McKenzie is the way to go, you might want to think again, because there's 2 towns that have dropped their contracts.
I just know there's a dumpster down there, and Marcus had told me that they got the dumpster in there to get rid of all the trash
Okay, okay.
that was dumped down at the burn pit and on.
And they're gonna get Harleys as well?
Okay.
See, she didn't know that, so can you just check on that, Nate, please?
Definitely.
Sorry about that.
No.
And I'm with you, it's now comes the battle on what we do with a burn pit.
Yeah, I don't know, it was something, I mean, it's something I think that benefits everybody in town, but
Oh, for sure.
it's how to
Approach it,
approach it to where we can stop this stuff, so.
I mean, we can't fence it because it's so costly that it's unreal.
The only other thing would be using the buildings down there to put cameras. That you could catch them when they're coming in and catch them when they're coming out.
The only other deal is if you manned it 2 hours on a Saturday or something like that, if we manned it once a month, 2 hours on Saturday, they're gonna have to figure out how they can get it there and get it in and get it out.
That's what I personally feel, we need to get something where even if it's like that, it's a once a month deal, and
Yeah.
whether it's somebody volunteers, cause if we're stressing on the overtime factor of our
Yeah.
town employees, we're just gonna compile that. So it's gonna need to come down to whether somebody wants volunteer, check truckloads and they come in and go from there, cause
And-
it is an
and-
asset to the town.
And then it stays where it's at, where they burn it, where it can be locked, and the person's there manning it. I think the other suggestion is they have to bring a water bill with them.
Show residency.
Yeah.
Keep it where?
Keep it where it's at, but they lock
Like
it.
down by Bill's.
No,
Sean's not allowing any unauthorized personnel at that road.
Yeah, we'd have to go back to our old spot.
and we can't fence it there.
I thought I checked on that Montana cadastre, whatever it is, and it shows that road going down to the sewer, the lagoon down there is a road kinda through there, not private.
Right, that I'm not sure, 100%.
So it's actually an easement.
So it still show blue on each side of that road then?
So the actual road is on like that fence line that is bordering the road now. The actual road is from that fence line over like right next door to that house that's half built. So that is the actual road for the town. The easement is on the road that is being used right now.
Oh, 'cause it showed on the map that that's blue, that's a alleyway, but
Yeah, we had to get the easement papers and everything just to make sure, but
okay,
that
no
is.
problem.
So you'd have to do a new road, so that doesn't even make it, but the only other viable thing would be they could load up the dump truck, but then you're gonna have to fight it with somebody coming in. Who knows what they'll dump at night?
Where it was there before, the only problem I ever saw was lack of signage. You know, there was one sign, and I think a couple of three, and you will be prosecuted if we get you. That's just a thought.
Well, and I think if you,
Thanks for thinking.
I think the other thing is if we limit, whatever we do, if we do it, we limit it to grass clippings and
That's what it
and
was.
yard debris, 2 inches or smaller, you're not bringing in, you know,
Garbage.
Wow. Yeah, they had huge tree stuff in there.
but I guess,
Have you guys talked to Bridger about how they run theirs? Theirs is still open, and they have 3 separate piles. I mean, they do allow their Christmas trees, but it has to be in a different pile. And the thing about theirs is they burn theirs quite frequently. So their piles don't get that big. But it's on 3rd Street, right? You've got some neighbors over there that are probably willing to do like a community watch thing. It's pretty easy to see headlights coming down that road. Ask the public to engage before you make a decision. Ask them what they're willing to do.
Is there a way to shred it? Or it might not sound practical, but a way to reuse it for the community?
I'd like that. I was thinking like
To
even,
compost or shred it so that,
yeah, if we were even just doing the grass clippings, it'd be nice that we could just do the grass clippings and have a mulch pile down there.
yeah. Because if you build, like you were saying, if you build separate piles, people actually can organize as they're dropping off, hopefully. Or it can create a better system so that it can be composted or mulched or reused. Because I know for me, like I have a burn pit, like just for campfire. I use my stuff on my property to burn all the time.
Well, my recommendation to the council would be, that we continue further talking about this, cause it's definitely something we need for the town, and whether it's we're policing it more in the old, obviously we have our old location, or possibly at the old dump, and we do once a month, it's gated off, and somebody checks them coming in, we do a controlled burn. I don't know how that works, you know more than I would, but that's probably all gonna reside on fire season and how extreme it is, but yeah, that's my recommendation.
Okay, I move to table this, so.
We have a motion to table burn pile discussion,
I'll second it.
in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright, next line item, setting up funds for the Riverbank project, revised letter and what the next steps are going to be. So, should I read this whole thing, or do we just discuss, or?
We table that for the next meeting?
We really need to get that money in those
I
accounts.
think Tim got some thoughts on that.
I know personally I don't have any more information from the last one. I'm open
So
to
I
discussion
have,
if anybody has it.
$4,300 that have been donated in total by about 5 different people.
Okay,
I have a separate bank account set up at Bridger under the town that money is going into separately to keep it all
okay.
separate.
Are we giving receipts to those people? Do we have receipts? Okay.
Yep, yeah, they get receipts and we get receipts. So it has to be fair throughout the whole town. So I guess it's pretty much just, you know, what you guys decide on for the bill and what the,
Hold on.
ending amount is going to be for each water user.
So, no, it'll be less than that, so hold on here, just a second. $4,300?
Mm-hmm.
So we have 17,639.38. 249, right?
Mm-hmm.
$70.84.
That's broken down through the year, okay.
Yep. And there is, so those of you who are new to this deal, this is for hardening the river down there, and it's to protect our wells. We received a grant, there's a portion that we had to cover ourselves, okay? There was donations given by people who live on the river that gave more than they donated. So this is what the town is responsible for. We don't have that money to come out of water funds. And so it is to cover those funds. So we can do a one-time payment of $70.84. This letter basically goes out to tell individuals and give them a time limit to pay that $70.84. If they do not pay that, we have to run a resolution for a rate increase. And then there is additional cost. It'll be additional cost for Harley's time, it'll be additional cost for advertising and the meetings. So that would be figured in on a rate increase, and then it would be divided out into 12-month payments. But if you pay it all at once, it's $70.84.
And just
No
one
rate
more,
increase.
so one more thing to
And
add
no
there.
rate increase on that, okay? I cannot say address the projects that are coming up, but that's it.
And the only other thing to add to that, the donation money that has came in, at first people wanted to see it to go to somebody in a hardship or fixed income, and by law, we're not allowed to do that. It has to be spread amongst the entire town. So
Yeah.
that's why she was figuring it that way. So everybody from one side of the tracks to the other, it's all the same.